Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com. Yo, what is going on, Chief Talk people? Welcome back to Chief Talk episode 12 of 2024. After a 2-week break and PCA in between the midst, we are excited and happy to see all of you lovely people here this evening. Who are the lovely people? Well, the lovely people are a one Charles Adamson, a one Dan Burns, a one Diana Burns, Mac, Gary Zanstra, Bob Ellis, Fata Stepuros, Banker John, Robert Palmer, Ronald Smith, and Matt Scaife. Welcome in to the show. I can only speak for myself. I have missed you guys. I want to say a big thank you to Michael Connor, Ronald Smith for hitting the love button over on Facebook, and Rick Carroll, Charles Adamson for hitting the like button over on Facebook as well. And to the 15 of you who are over on YouTube, I'm sure you guys have already smashed that like button. But if not, please do. I just can't. No, I don't know what the numbers are. StreamYard doesn't tell me that. So, Mac Bergen says, "Man, so mean right out of the gate." I had to deal with that meanness in person for 5 days. So now I've got to give it back.
He was not mean to you at all.
Yeah, whatever. Rick Carroll, what's going on? How are you doing this evening? Ron Maggio, thank you for hitting the like button over on Facebook. We've not yet hit 20 people, but we're getting close. We're getting close. 19. Oh, 19. Just as I had said it, we were at 16. Now we're at 20. Congratulations. 12 Chief Talks in a row. 20 or more people on the show. I don't know what the record is. I don't know if that is the record, but so far every Chief Talk this year has hit 20 people watching.
Pretty good.
Ron says, "Looks like you guys had a great time." And then Max says, "I was like Mother Teresa to Chief." Yeah, Mother Teresa in an alternate universe where she is actually Hitler. But tonight is the night. Tonight is the Cigar Madness Final. Let me come over here and put up the graphic. I know you guys love listening to that 50 Cent from Wish. We got the Cigar Madness Graphic Challenge. True Estate, Villiger, Dunbarton, Casey Newman. We got them all. Playing Word Up in a Club. Come back over here and take that down. Bob the Cigar Guy, you haven't said anything yet. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, nice shirt.
Yeah, this is my new MB Fuma and Cigar Crumbs
All right.
collaboration shirt.
All
The
right.
back of it's actually pretty cool. Did you see the back of
Snazzy.
it earlier?
I have not.
I don't. Here, what I'm gonna do? Some
How about that?
be your own father. So this is the back of the shirt. The MB Fuma, who is formerly Favilli Cigars, now MB Fuma. Jared is proud Italian, and Francesco, who was at the PCA, Mr. Cigar Crumbs, did the graphic of the Italian hand holding one of the new MB Fuma.
Very
blends.
nice.
So that's the back of the shirt.
Very nice.
I'm gonna put.
Video's fixed.
There we go. I don't think they can hear us whenever I go. Yeah,
Single screen.
yeah. Because what I should have done is I should have popped you the solo layout. That actually would have done it because when I removed myself, because we're both using the same microphone.
Right.
Whoops. So say all the things that you said about Mac.
About how phenomenal Mac was.
Yeah.
He was a great co-host. Very, very good.
There's 24 people on right there.
Colorful
Yeah.
commentary.
Sorry. What I should have done is I should have soloed my father for the screen, and what I was doing was I was actually removing myself, and because we both use separate microphones, I don't hook him up to a microphone and me up to a microphone from his port and my port. It's all through my port, 2 microphones, 1 port. So I was just doing it the wrong way around. The Republic of Debauchery is in. If after the show is over, I want you guys to go over to the Republic of Debauchery's YouTube channel, and I want you to go watch his PCA video.
Epic.
That
content.
was fantastic.
Amazing.
He is fantastic on the camera. Caleb is fantastic working the camera.
Did you see the My Father's thing in the ceiling? How it went all no color, and then it came to the red color, like the light had come on, and then the Padron on the Padron wall or whatever it was, it made the letters see through.
Yeah, it's masking.
That's just freaking.
I'm actually trying to learn that for our intro.
That's
I don't know
crazy.
if I'm going to be able to accomplish it.
That's crazy. I was like, wow.
Charles Edmondson says he watched the video early. Max says it's a conspiracy to silence BTCG. Charles Edmondson says the After Dark shows were fire.
They were a hoot and a half.
Max says them boys are talented. They are. Republic of Debauchery giving Charles Edmondson a little bit of love. Now, I want to know about Cigar. What are you smoking? Before you tell us, I'm going to let you know what I'm smoking. I am smoking the Mi Querida Blue from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust this evening. Father Cigar Guy, what are you smoking?
I've got the Knuckle Sandwich Shade. No, Knuckle Buster Shade. And I think once this is done very soon, I will be working on something from my father's.
So you're not smoking a cigar from any company featured in tonight's Final Four?
No.
Oh. Okay. Bold. Now, before we do get into this
I actually didn't think about it until you just said it.
Before we get into this whole shimmidig, did you enjoy the PCA?
I did. It was different than last year. It felt like we kind of halfway knew what we were doing. And so we were able to be prepared a little better. Had a great time of doing the PCA After Dark. Hanging out with everybody afterwards at the fire pit and around the little tables at the hotel and at the resort. The floor was great. got to see a whole bunch of people. Had a great time doing that. The interviews were fantastic. I enjoyed all the interviews. The fact that I got interviewed by Jonathan Drew and Isola Woods was a highlight of highlights. Nerve wracking, but it was. I'm glad it happened. How about you? What did you think about PCA?
I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Ronald Smith says, Chief, don't forget you owe me an extra entry on the wheel tonight because you forgot to add my name to the wheel 2 weeks ago. No, I don't owe you an extra entry. I owe you a guaranteed entry. So I already have your name on the list for a wheel. I can't give you an extra. I just accidentally forgot your name last week or the last time we did a show. I do apologize, but you don't get an extra entry. That wouldn't be fair. I want to know what you guys are smoking, or ladies, because sometimes we have ladies pop in and out of the chat. Christy Whitmore, Stogie's sister, sometimes Miss
Diana
Sherry.
Burns.
Who?
Diana Burns.
Miss Diana Burns, you're right. I was on the way. I was making my way down my mental list of the ladies who watch every week. Rick Carroll's got an H99. Charles Adamson said, Feral Flying Pig for me tonight. Mac Bergson said, this year was much better. Matt Skate says, how did the JD interview go? I don't know. I didn't hear any of it.
Yeah, that was weird that we couldn't capture that content because they were capturing the content. And you got to sit with Joel and everybody else in the lounge, in the VIP lounge, while I was up there sweating bullets between Isola and JD.
I did capture a little bit of footage, but obviously you weren't mic'd up.
Right.
So I don't know. I couldn't even hear you. And I was sitting there talking with Joel. Ronald Smith says, boo. Boo you. Matt Scave says, Papa Saka. Nice. Whiskey Tube, Drew Estate, Java Red.
Good stuff.
I almost pronounced that Java. Whatever reason. Mac Bergson says, typical anti-veteran bias from Chief. Sorry, Ronald Smith. Ronald Smith says, Sweet Jane for dessert after dinner. Ooh. Diana Bird says, I do smoke, but not tonight. Eating dinner and watching you, man.
All right.
J8 says he's got a Rogue peppermint in.
Gotta love the Rogue.
I'm surprised you didn't bring yourself a nice little Papa's Fritas H99 for your after-work stroll. I feel like the weather is getting better here, so it's got to be getting better there. I enjoyed the PCA. I felt like the trade floor was bigger, but maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. I feel like this trade show was longer, but the trade show last year was wider. I felt like it was, instead of walking in the end zone last year, you walked in at the 50-yard line.
I would agree with that.
And this year it was like walking into the end zone.
I would agree with that.
And having a long way to go back.
And whoever thinks putting a putt-putt golf course in the back corner of PCA for people to go play putt-putt is about the dumbest thing.
But here's my thing is, for a media standpoint, sure, but not as a...
I didn't see anybody playing
I didn't even see putt-putt clubs.
It was at the table. There was a guy sitting at the table with clubs and balls, and he was just sitting there all by himself.
Golf, cigars go hand in hand. It's not a bad idea.
Nobody was using it.
Well,
and it was lame. Look, it didn't have any dinosaurs. It didn't have a clown mouth. It didn't have flags for each one of the holes. I mean, it was just little rampant.
I don't know if I was one of the companies who sponsored those holes. It was like 9 holes, and companies sponsored each hole. I think I'd be like,
do better.
Worthwhile investment.
And it was right next to the liquor stations.
They had a new Florida Cognac debuted at the show, and apparently it went quick.
I bet. I bet.
Dan Burton says she likes Drew Estate with big purple band infused cigar. I just can't remember
the plush.
The plush. Photo Stipiro says I forgot there was that the putt was even there. That's because she was working so hard, Mike.
Running.
Mike shot more pictures than any photographer in that place, I'm sure. Because Mike, that camera goes so fast. Which, I mean, mine goes 10 frames a second when I take the photos. And that's an upgrade from, I wish I could stop kicking my tripod. So Mac Burton says the putt was dumb. Sammy Flo, welcome in.
Hey, Sammy.
Says hello all. Matt Scape says looking forward to Bob's S84 review.
Joker's dropping Tuesday at noon. It's going to be a live premiere, which means I'm going to be watching it at the same time when it drops down at noon, and there'll be chats just like you have here. So if you want to chit chat and stuff, we can chit chat as well during the live or during the premiere.
Mac Bergson and Sammy Flo and Mike, all welcomes from Mac Bergson. So what we need to do before we jump into the full-on stream is I need to open that up. Come over here, grab this. So we determined last week that the number 1 seed was Drew Estate and the number 2 seed was Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. And we had to determine who was going to face who. So I went ahead and put J.C. Newman and Villiger because those are our other 2 options. I put them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times on the wheel just to maintain a little bit more fairness than just
Make it more interesting
still. But it's, when you have the 2 big wheels, if it starts to slow down as soon as it crosses into a color, you know where it's going to win.
Right.
I could make it even more interesting and really remove the guess.
This makes it more suspenseful.
And I could continue to make those blocks even smaller. Here we go. How's that look?
That's a lot.
So J.C. Newman and Villiger have the privilege of going up against just the chainsaws, going up against the augers, the steamrollers of Drew Estate and Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. And we figure that there's not going to be some wild upset here.
Could be.
So J.C. Newman is the Julius Caesar, and the Villiger cigar is the Miami, which I was wrong. I thought it was the 1888, which is what I told Rene Castaneda at PCA, and I was wrong. It was the Miami. But I knew what the final was.
Neat story when you told Rene about it. He said, "That's it?"
What do you mean? I don't know. Oh, well, okay, so you didn't make a whole lot of sense there saying that. I was going to just...
I was leading him into it is what I was doing.
Yeah, thank you for warning me earlier that you were going to do that. All right, it would make a little more sense. All right, so going up against the number 1 Drew Estate, and obviously whoever does not win this will go up against Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. I've not created the bracket yet because the bracket will be populated as soon as I figure out who it is. So going up against Drew Estate...
See, that made it more interesting.
It did because for a second I thought it was
Villiger.
Close that down. Let me go ahead and come back over here and stop sharing my screen. Put us back right here. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to create my bracket. Now, one of the things I was thinking about was we had talked about doing a loser's bracket, right?
Right.
Do we want to do a loser's bracket, or do we want to add in the losers into this bracket and have an 8-team bracket?
No.
Okay. So, Team 1 is the Liga Privada, number 9. So all the people are going to be over there wondering what the heck was Bob confusing Steven about.
It's not hard.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that you guys can see this. Number 2 was the DTT Sin Compromiso, right?
The winner.
The number 3 going up against, so it's number 3 will be the Villiger Miami. Because it's 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. And number 4 is the Julius. I'll just put JC Julius C, just because I'm not sure if I can get the whole thing. JC Newman Julius Caesar in there. All right, and then create bracket. This is the Grand
Final Four
Poobah bracket. Right, there it is. And then what we'll do is I'll create another bracket over here. We'll call this the Runners Up Special. Ooh. And this we'll just reverse. We'll reverse 3 and 4. Okay. So this was the Norteño. If I remember correctly. And number 2 was the Papa Saka from Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. So going up against, so this is the Villiger 1888 Nicaragua. And the follow up,
the American.
Was it the American? Are you sure?
I am. I'm as sure as I think I am.
All right. So create that bracket. So this is the runners up special. And then what do we want to do? We want to do the runners up special first?
Well, there's nobody's going to win anything on the runner up special.
Correct.
So,
but it gives more people time to vote throughout the show. So yeah, we'll do the runners up special first. I guess it really doesn't matter, but we'll do the runners up special and then we'll do the Grand Poobah. So let's go and do the runners up special. Come on over here and make a full screen effort. Let me move this screen over here so I can see everything. Hello, Miss Allison Trainer. Hello, Stogie sister. Michael Carter is headed to sleep. Early sleep for the big man. Mac Bergson says, big wheels keep on turning, proud Mary keep on rolling. Matt Bergson says, good evening, everyone. The high torque impact wrenches. Are you selling in the chat?
He might be.
Stogie sister says, how is everyone? Matt Scaife, it don't matter which Vitola it is. Stogie sister says, Bob, do you have a cold?
I don't know if it's because I smoked like 50 cigars at PCA, or if I did get a cold, I've been having some allergies or some cold or some sniffly, snotty, fluey kind of thing going on.
So we're not taking into account Vitolas. We haven't taken into account Vitolas this whole entire time.
It would have made it crazy.
Yeah, because then you're just gonna have a bracket of, if you do Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, you've got what, 5 Vitolas, 6 Vitolas now of the Sin Compromiso.
Right.
That would have taken up half the bracket. So that wouldn't be any fair.
Right. Would have been
fun. I mean, we did break up some lines, like we broke up the Micarita line, we broke it up into all 3. We broke up the Villiger line, the 1888 line into Nicaragua and the Dominican. There were a couple others that we broke up. We did Undercrown Shade, Undercrown Maduro. We did Undercrown 10. Mac Bergson says he does have impact wrenches for sale. Great price, free shipping. There.
I want them delivered door by Mac Bergson.
So let's. Which one do we want to do? I'll come back over. Let's stop sharing this screen. Bob Cigar, tell us, what was your favorite cigar, tobacco, something from PCA?
That would be the Bronzeback from Saka. That's a heavy hitter. Full, tasty, delicious. Love the band. That gold really pops. Really separates it from the standard Amagog. I really enjoyed that cigar. And it might be that I liked it even better because I was sitting next to Steve Saka having a 45-minute conversation. But regardless, that's a banger cigar.
Did you? I couldn't listen to the interviews as they were happening, right? Because I don't have headphones in while I'm recording anything.
Right.
I could if I wanted to, but I don't. I just don't do that. So I don't know what you and Steve talked about at the trade show.
We talked about all sorts of stuff.
Now there was one time where Steve actually starts talking to me during the interview. I went back and was listening to some of the videos, just checking the quality to see how it sounded, how it was running, and I think I am going to leave that part in because I can faintly hear myself enough that I might be able.
Yeah, you were talking back
to dial it in. But do you know why it's called the bronzeback?
No.
So the bronzeback, it's
a gorilla.
No, that's a silverback. The bronzeback is the nickname for the smallmouth bass.
Really?
So the Umbagog's already named after Lake Umbagog.
Right.
So the bronzeback is named after the smallmouth bass. So the Umbagog bronzeback is the smallmouth bass of Lake Umbagog.
That's hilarious.
Pretty cool.
He probably loves catching that fish too. That's funny. I didn't know.
So here we go. We've got we're gonna figure out which one to go to battle. So it'll be number 1 versus number 4, or number 2 versus number 3. I did the same repeating thing again. So that's trippy. Just so we can see where we're going. Number 1 versus number 4. Close. Stop sharing that screen. Then we're going to present this screen over here.
Stogie's sister says she loves fishing. I love turtles.
So we're going to go the Norteño versus the... Oh, no, this is the runners-up. Yeah, we're doing the runners-up. That's right. Doing the Norteño, the Drew State Norteño, and the J.C. Newman American. Go ahead and start your votings. I got to go grab my notepad over here so that I can pay attention to the thingamajigs. So, Bob the Cigar Guy, what are you going to cast your vote for?
I'm going with the American.
So Bob the Cigar Guy is going number 2 with the American. I am going the Norteño.
Imagine that.
Well, I love the Norteño. I've never had a problem with the Norteño. We've talked about my problems with the American. So Rick Carroll is going to start us off in the chat. Norteño is numero 1, so we got 1 for Norteño. Charles Addison says the American. John Jensen, the American. Mac Bergson with the Norteño. Jamie Vaughn with the Norteño. Stogie's sister with the Norteño as well. Uncle Larry coming over with the American. Diana Burns, the American. Dana Burns with the American. Steel Bob with the Norteño. Banker John with the J.C. Newman American. Ronald Smith with the American. Jay Bates with the Norteño. Gary Zanstra also with the Norteño.
Uh-oh.
Matt Scaife with the Norteño. We have 10, 15, 17 votes. So there are 7 more people who are watching who could vote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, so we're waiting for now. We've got the Norteño versus the American.
3 Americans.
There's 3 Americans. Fred Haney with the American.
That's a big punch at the end.
Yeah, it is. We've got. I'm gonna need to come back over here. I need to zoom in on this. It's a little harder to zoom in all the way.
Ron Maggio with the American.
I see that. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and call there because that puts us at 23. F says, I've never tried either. Sorry to hear that. You should try both of them.
Absolutely.
Now, I think that's wild and and dumb, but the American takes.
He said, "And dumb."
I mean,
I didn't expect it. Actually,
that's.
I didn't expect it.
I think we run into, and this is something that I felt we ran into when we did the J.C. Newman cigar. Is I think there are people who vote for that because of their patriotism. They think if they don't vote for the American cigar, that they're somehow voting for China or something.
If any cigar manufacturer uses branding and swag to push forward their cigars, it would be Drew Estate. So I mean, it's fair. Because Drew Estate has amazing swag and amazing branding and amazing everything else. And J.C. Newman on that cigar had amazing branding, amazing swag.
But, I mean, yes, it's a great. I wouldn't say amazing branding, amazing swag.
Well, swag no, but the branding.
The branding's cool. It's got an American flag, sure.
And the store's great.
I think that's the best thing about the cigar is that it's a full American cigar, and that's cool. That's neat. But I do think that there are those who are like, oh, gotta rep the USA, because flavor wise, I think you putting those two side by side, back to back, it unbanded and blindfolded, the Norteño is so much more complex.
I don't know.
The American's cool. I love the American. I'm not gonna sit here and say.
Have you smoked the Lancero the Lonsdale that was given to you at PCA? You did get one, right?
Last year. You didn't give us one this year.
He didn't give you one?
Not this year.
That's when I smoked when I was sitting with him.
Oh. If I did, it's in my stuff of cigars.
If I would have known you didn't get one, I would have asked.
I have one from last year somewhere. I like the American cigar a lot. The thing with the American cigar that I voted against it for in the J.C. Newman one was because I get the quality issues are more with that cigar from J.C. Newman than I've had anywhere else.
Right.
Great cigar. Love J.C. Newman. Love the story behind it. I think it's awesome that you have a full American grown cigar. I think it's cool that the paper is American, the ink is American, the boxing and the metal hardware, the glue things and all that. Yeah. Like it's all USA made. That's really neat. I like that. And you know what? It's not unfair that even if people wanted to vote for that cigar just because it was called the American and that's the story, hey, go ahead. I hope that you go to a shop and you buy those cigars because they're just American too.
Absolutely.
Be about it. Don't just talk about it, right?
Fair enough.
But that is surprising to me. I thought Norteño was gonna take the win there, just because we do have a good amount of Drew Estate heads in the chat.
Yeah.
So before we jump to the next battle, Dan Perk says the list is missing a Rocky Patel decade. Well, Rocky Patel wants to sponsor Bob the Cigar Guy and Chief Talk. They can get entered in for next year's March Madness tournament.
That would be an interesting sponsorship, don't you think?
I'll take the money.
That'd be an interesting sponsorship.
I'd take anybody's money. Okay, so I need to open up my Word tab here, and I already have in here Ronald Smith one time. That sucker thought he was getting 2 entries. That sucker.
I can see how he could feel that way, though.
He's just I'm just doubly making sure he gets his entry tonight.
Max said, I did speak to Nish at PCA. Expect a call, Chief.
Nice. I think Max is telling a story.
Now, if Nish got together and did a collaboration with Carhartt, and had a Carhartt cigar and had Chief as the face of the Carhartt.
No, Rocky then I would be a sellout. If I was the face of something branded by Rocky Patel, I'd be a sellout for sure. No. All right, Charles Adamson. You are on the list.
Connoisseur, we ain't started to vote yet.
John Jensen. For whatever reason, I'm having a hard time typing this evening. Mac Bergson. Jamie Vaughn. Yeah, can you stop that?
I still ain't caught up from PCA. It was crazy.
You went to sleep early every night.
Not true. I went to sleep early one night because it was too dang cold to sit out and smoke cigars. But the next night we just stayed up and never slept.
That was the last night.
Yeah, which is the closest night to now.
You slept 3 nights since then.
I'm still tired. Still
Dan
tired. I had to get up and go to work the next
Uncle
morning.
Larry, Dan Burns.
Unloaded a ton of cigars from PCA. Lots and lots and lots of cigars, which means that I will be putting out lots and lots and lots of reviews while Chief is working ever so diligently putting out PCA content. I think we had 17 or 18 videos that Chief's going to have to put out. I will try to get these reviews punched out real quick so that we can get this content out. We got a lot from the General Cigar booth.
Content, probably what I'm doing. Actually, before I talk about content, let me go ahead and get these things down. So go ahead. Sorry.
So, I mean, General Cigar gave us a couple Cohibas, gave us a couple brass knuckle? God, so many. Macanudos, all sorts of stuff. Probably got 9 or 10 different brands. We got the new one from El Pulpo, the Jester. But I smoked that. I don't have one to review. Adventura gave us some stuff. My father's gave us some stuff. Aganorsa gave us some stuff. Pretty much everybody gave us some stuff. So Saka gave us a lot of stuff. J.C. Newman gave us some stuff. We didn't get the baseball. The Tampa Smokers new cigar. We got to see it, but we didn't actually get it.
Yeah, they're not available yet because I think I heard that cigar is not even the one they had at the show. Wasn't even like the right one. They just rolled some cigars that look like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They had some cigars that reminded me of the
12, 13,
the Sopranos by CAO. It had a baseball bat. It reminded me of the CAO sampler that had the baseball bat, the champagne bottle, and whatever the other ones were.
So I've got names down. Let's see. Video editing for days, yes.
Luckily, I didn't talk much during the interviews. They're really short.
Some of them are short. Some interviews were in the 3-minute range. But Saka and Aganorsa are both 40 minutes. J.C. Newman is into 20 minutes. Yeah. And then a couple of them are like 8-minute long videos. Yeah. I took 4 hours and 36 minutes of footage. So.
Oh, that's not bad.
What are you talking about?
That's not bad.
That is bad. That's a ton.
4 hours and 36 minutes. That should only take you 16 hours to do all of it.
Yeah.
It's 4 to 1.
No. Not even close to 4 to 1.
Yeah.
Because I've got, of that footage, an hour of it is all, B-roll. So I've got to, find the B-roll where I want it, put it, trim it, sound check, all those things, colorize. I'm also trying to make an intro that's a nice, dope intro. I'm trying to do some of the.
Might I suggest you steal the one from Republic Debauchery? That was an amazing intro. It wouldn't work, but
it wouldn't work. But I am trying to do some of the masking that Caleb and Jawal both do, and they do that kind of stuff where like the video appears from letters or from spots or whatnot. Right. I am looking at doing some of that. I don't know how to do it. I did some YouTube tutorials earlier about figuring out how to start it. So before we jump into the next round of voting, I think I'm going to have, hopefully, the first video for Monday.
Really?
I think Monday will be the first video.
Wow, that's quick. It's got to be quick. Everybody wants to see the content.
What I did was I reached out to Tom from Drew Estate to see if their graphics guy who made all of the graphics for their PCA stuff could make me like a blank thumbnail with like the brick pattern and whatnot, and then PCA coverage presented by Drew Estate, and then a Drew Estate logo like on the corner or something. I'm hoping to see if I get that back. I don't know if I will. If I don't have it by Monday, I'm just going to start making my own thumbnails.
Tom's on vacation.
I've already heard back from him. He said he would ask.
I was going to say Tom's on vacation.
So,
Oh.
I have the.
I got to cut my cigar. Oh, look at this new cigar cutter I got. Look at that right there. Look at that right there. How nice is that? That thing right there is gold. That's fire. Look at that right there. Oh, my. Oh, my. That's nice right there. And it cuts as good as it looks. Oh, look at that cut right there.
Charles
Phenomenal.
Adamson wants to
Fantastic.
know what software I use to edit. I use Final Cut Pro. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and kick off the Papasaka versus the Villiger 1888. And I'm going Papasaka.
I'm going Villiger. No, I'm not.
I was going to say, you're doing
No,
that just
I'm
to
not.
go anti-Chief.
No, I'm not. Although Villiger was very, very kind, they were very, very impressed. They really liked the fact, and I gave Chief all the shine. It was kind of funny. We're sitting there, and Steven was setting up, so I was trying to set up the story and tell the story. And 30 seconds into it, Steven goes, he didn't even call me Bob. You know, we're working together. I'm supposed to be Bob the Cigar Guy. He's supposed to be Chief. I'm not supposed to call him Steven or Son. And he's not supposed to call me anything but Bob or Butthead, but he doesn't say that in front of people. And he goes, Dad, I got it. I'll tell it better.
You're butchering it.
And he just took over and just ran with it. But the first thing in my head was, he called me Dad, number one. Number two, he just cut me off. I'm the freaking talent. You don't do that to the talent. And then I started listening to him tell the story, and I said, well, you know what? He probably did tell it better than I did, so I'm just going to shut up and let him do it. So.
I don't even know if I have to tally this, honestly. Mac went for the 1888 Nicaragua.
Did he really?
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Feels bad for him. Yeah, I don't even have to come in and Charles Adamson won 1888 just for Papasaka easily. Come over here. Photos de Puros, you must have been at a stoplight because you didn't vote for the Norteño and the Norteño lost. I'm sorry, buddy. Now, I do.
Well, you voted for the American.
No, I didn't. He knows that. He knows better than that. So let me come over to my Word document. It didn't show up on my screen that you voted.
No, he said I was. Like he was at a red light.
Oh. Driving. Let's see.
Charles, your vote matters. You just didn't win.
Let's see. Anybody else? Gary's answer here already? Yes, I do. Will Den. I don't think I have you on here yet. Connoisseur, I don't have you.
Do you have Ronald Smith?
No, I left him off intentionally. George and Dermody, I think I have you on here. Yes, I do. John Jensen, I got you, buddy. Yeah, I got everybody. Just make sure, because they added 3 people that round.
All right.
Now, I've not seen. I'll allow it, Jason Fever. I'll allow it, even though we're moving on to the next one. But I will put you on here, brother. All right.
There's John Jensen, but did he vote?
Yeah, he voted earlier.
Okay.
He's voted in both of them, I do believe.
Okay.
So now we have the American and the Papa Saka. I'm voting Papa.
Voting American.
No doubt.
I'm going American.
Papa Saka. Just make sure keep getting those votes in.
If you don't vote American, you're a pinko comey.
Sure. Rick Carroll with the Papa Saka. Dan Perks with the American. Oop, now we're moving.
Yeah, let's talk about landslide.
We got Dan Perks with the American. Matt Scaife. I'm gonna go ahead and click on your name here so I can know where I'm at. With the Papa Saka, Ronald Smith with the Papa Saka, Whiskey with the Papa Saka, Uncle Larry with the Papa Saka, John Jensen with the Papa Saka, Diana Burns with the Papa Saka, Mac Bergson with the American, Gary Zanstra with the Papa Saka, Ron Mayo with the American Soldier, Dan Burns Papa Saka, Stokey Sister with the Papa Saka, Connoisseur with the Papa Saka, George Demry with the Papa Saka, Charles Adamson with the Papa Saka, Bob Ellis with the
Charles Adamson had the American.
Huh?
Charles Adamson had the American.
Oh. I said that, didn't I?
No.
Oh, well, it's not even close
You're
enough.
sitting there running your Papa Saka mouth over there.
Photos to Puro said, repping the brand. Going to go with the American. If you guys see any content from JC Newman, photo wise, out of PCA, it was shot by the homie Photos and If you want to know what he looks like, you can go over to my Instagram, Chief in the Leaves. And yesterday was my day to feature Photos de Puros.
She took such great pictures of all the photographers and personalities at PCA, except for one.
I have photos of you. And everybody, all of the DLBC guys are taking pictures of you. I don't even want to hear
I haven't seen a single picture.
You got the picture of you and Eric Newman.
No.
Or Drew.
No. You have never shown me that picture.
Let me see. Probably said Photos de Puro says bias. Don't count him. Well, the winner of the losers by landslide, the Papa Saka. That's what I expected.
Yeah.
I expected it to be Norteño versus the Papa Saka.
Me too.
But you had
I was pleasantly surprised that the American stepped up.
You had a number 4 versus a number 1 upset. So that's great, right? It shows that this is why we do the votes.
And we actually talked about this to all of the 4. And was talking to Steve. Steve said he actually looked at it. He said he actually watched it.
He said he went back and skimmed through it.
And he was impressed.
Well, he said that he was impressed with the amount of voting and the amount of people who were participating, plus also the results.
How close the fights were all the way across.
So I'm going to stop sharing this screen, and then I'm going to present this screen, and we're going to see who starts off first for the Grand Poobah.
Excuse me.
Oh,
just creeps in.
Dang. I thought for sure we were gonna have. It was gonna flip. I thought about flipping it just on purpose. I was like, yeah, why not? We have a wheel picker. Why not use the wheel picker?
Right.
So I'm gonna stop sharing that screen and come back over and present my bracket. D Boyd says, I missed it. He says, oh no, I'm here. No, D Boyd, you're right on time, buddy. Because we just did the winner of the losers, and the Papa Saka took out all of the competition. And took the winner of the losers, and then we will, at the end, just for fun, we'll see what the winner of the losers versus, or the winner of the losers versus the winner of the winners, just to see what happens And it could just be another DTT bracket.
Could be.
Because if the Sin Compromiso wins this one, then it would be Sin Compromiso versus Papasaka. And maybe.
No, we can't have that vote again because it already won.
No, we'll have that vote again. And
No.
we'll do it on the wheel.
No, it already won.
That's 3 out of 5.
It already won. It won.
D-Boy says he got just done doing some yard work. Dan Perk says, well, number 9 just won this bracket. You think? Oh.
I think Sin's coming in.
I think it'll be the League of Number 9 versus the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Sin Compromiso. I think they will. And I think it'll be close. So we're doing, what was it, number 1 versus number 4, right?
Correct.
So we're going to come over here and do the League of Bravado number 9 versus the J.C. Newman Julius Cigar. I'm going to go League of Bravado number 9.
I'm flipping the script. Julius Caesar.
Of course you are. You're doing that just to give Julius Caesar.
No, I've always said 9's never been that big a deal to me.
What?
Never has. Or the 52.
Got up to old D. Boyd with the number 9. Come down, scroll here. Ronald Smith with the number 9. Rick Carroll with the J.C. Newman. Julius Caesar. Matt Scaife with the number 9. Uncle Larry with the Julius Caesar. Dan Burns with the Liga number 9. Brad Haney with the Liga. Dan Perks with the Liga. George Dermody with the J.C. Newman Julius Caesar. Ooh, Connoisseur with the JC. Bob Ellis with the JC. Jamie Vaughn with the Liga 9.
Oh, it's a runaway.
Diana Burns with the Liga 9. Charles Adamson with the Liga 9. Whiskey 2 with the Liga 9. Banker John with the number 9. Ron with the 9. Stogie Sister with the 9. John with the 9. Republic of Debauchery with the 9. Rob M with the 9. And with 33 people watching, we have 19 votes for the number 9
20.
Versus
33 people watching.
P-Row. 20 votes for the League of number 9. So that was 20-6.
Right.
That hurt. That's hard. It didn't hurt for me because I chose League Provider number 9. So we have some new names, so do not go ahead and start voting yet for the next bracket. Just go ahead and just put that there, just so that you guys aren't tempted. Let me come back over here and grab my notepad because we had some extra people add in. Old P-Roll. What's going on, P-Roll? Peace and blessings. Got to meet P-Rollin again at PCA with BAMF Cigars. You actually smoked that new PTSA or the put the smoke in the air.
PSITA. Yeah, I smoked that today. Not a shabby
Jay Bates says, I voted with Chief every time. Of course, no recognition. Chief's on the Jay's on the with Chief bandwagon tonight. Let's see. I knew there was somebody else I saw vote that hadn't voted yet. D-Boyd, I didn't add you, right? I think that's what it was. Yeah, D-Boyd, I hadn't added you yet. D-Boyd. So tonight, that's another thing we've got to talk about. So added into the
giveaway.
So thank you. Added into the let me just stop sharing this. Come back to here. So every week we've been doing this. We've done this for the past 5 Chief Talks now. We did 4 back-to-back weeks of the preliminary knockouts, and then today we have the final Grand Poobah champion. And it was you would get one of each cigar brand: 1 Drew Estate, 1 J.C. Newman, 1 Villiger, 1 Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust cigar. Well, as we were talking to the boys over at Villiger, Mr. Rene Castaneda said, you know what? I'd like to sweeten the pot just a little bit. And handed us these.
PCA exclusives.
PCA exclusive Villiger cigar.
Straight from the PCA floor.
I've not even opened this, so I don't even know what's in here. Oh, look at that.
Right. It's a nice presentation.
So, these are 3 of the Villiger 1888 Nicaraguan cigars. So the runner-up. So everybody's going to get a chance to smoke. So I think what we'll do, because I think we have enough of them, I think we have enough Miami to put in for those cigars. So we might send the Miami and and this pack, so they'll have at least 2 different brands from Villiger, right? Okay. But I will say, when we talked to all of the companies at PCA, and we mentioned that we were doing this, every single company was very, very thankful for the opportunity for us to have them on the show to talk about them. But we are very thankful because they sponsor Bob Cigar Guy or Chief Talk every year. And so Rene Castaneda, when he heard about it, when Bob was talking about earlier, how I just kind of took over the conversation and was presenting it, he was like, do you guys need cigars? Do we need to send you cigars? He was like, well, can I give you one of these packs? And I was like, well, yeah, we'd love that. We'll put that into the grand winner prize. And he said, can I give you more so you can put one out for all the 4 winners? And I said, absolutely you can. So this is their 92 rated from Cigar Snob magazine. The only thing I do ask is when the 4 winners who have already won, like Stogie Sister, Jay Bates, Stephen Essie, and T. Boyd, I believe, was our other winner. If you guys are on Instagram, please, because there's no cost to you, just post a picture of it, tag them, and say that you appreciated their extra effort that they gave to the Chief Talk presentation, to the votes, and thanking them for their sponsorship of not only the Bob Cigar YouTube channel, but also sponsoring the PCA After Dark Theft series.
Absolutely.
So you guys will have those added in. They actually gave us 5, so whoever wins tonight will also. They gave us 5.
Yes.
Oh. So where? Did you put my one in a bag?
Yes.
Okay. So none of those are mine.
No.
Okay. Great.
Those 5 and those 5.
Okay. Are we adding those in too? Okay, I didn't know we were adding those in. So also, added in as extra bonus, like I said, all of the cigar companies were super. The cigar companies that we talked to about it were very happy about the fact that we were doing this and we were representing their brand. And again, it's a way for us to give back to them a little value added, as Bob the Cigar Guy likes to say and to talk about a little bit. But hey, Deadly Breakfast Club guys, will you screenshot me pointing at this and send it to the group chat? Okay, thank you. Drew Estate added in a little extra as well. And these are the Drew Estate PCA 2024 packs. Inside of
trade show floor.
Inside of these packs are 6 cigars. There is a Shade to Black S84, the blackened M81. I do believe there's an Undercrown 10.
Undercrown 10.
There
Undercrown Shade.
is a Herrera Habano and an Undercrown Shade, you said?
Yeah. And a Adobe.
And a Nica Rustica Adobe. So we have 5 of these. These will also be going into the winners packs as well. So when's the earliest we're going to ship these out? Next week?
Yeah.
On your
middle end of next week.
Okay. So the 5 winners will receive one of those, and then what was it? The Grand Poobah winner will also win as well. So let me go ahead and erase all of this information. Present a screen.
Now, while Steven's doing this, let me caveat this. We didn't say, "Hey, will you give us some cigars?" We brought up the conversation, and if the conversation just lent to it, they just kind of volunteered. Dunbarton Tobacco Trust didn't say, "Hey, I ain't giving y'all crap." That's not
correct.
what happened. And JC Newman didn't do the same. They didn't do that either. The conversation just didn't lean in that direction. It was very organic, and it just kind of happened that way.
So I will say
Renee was the most excited out of everybody.
Renee was the one who actively gave it to us for the giveaway. Drew Estate, because we're partnered with them, every time that we came over to capture content, they were just handing us those packs because they know that we're not just going to smoke those packs on our own. We're going to give those things away, just like we do with the Barn Smoker swag, just like we do with the other swag that we get from Drew Estate and things of the such. And tonight's winner will be getting swag. We didn't sit down and talk about what we're going to give. So at some point, probably after the show this evening, we're going to say, okay, let's add this, so on and so forth. Obviously, now having those as additional prizes kind of sweetens the pot just a little bit. It makes it
doubles the amount of cigars.
Makes it a little easier for us as to pick what to go with. So now we got the Dunbarton Tobacco Trust Sin Compromiso and the Villiger Miami. I'm going Sin Compromiso. There's no way you're going Villiger Miami because
you're right.
You championed the Sin Compromiso. Oh wait, I am excited to try the new Sin Compromiso size.
Vitola. Mac went Miami.
Francesco, look at here. Let me full screen myself. Solo layout. Look at it, baby. Got the Cigar Crumbs MB Fuma collab shirt on. So let's see. Rick Carroll started out with Sin City. Dan Perks with the DTT. Diana Burns with the Sin Compromiso as well. Uncle Larry. Georgie. And then Mackie B with the Miami. D. Boyd with the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Diana Burns, you came in twice with Son. Ronald Smith says DTT. Stogie Sister with the Villiger. Bob Ellis with the Sin Compromiso. Dan Burns with the Sin. Banker John with the Sin. Matt Scaife with the Sin. He's going with the Sin number 7. He went even more specific. John Jensen with the Sin. Dana Burns says the phone is acting up. Whiskey Tube said Sin Compromiso. Diana Burns again with the Sun. Rob M says Villiger puts out great cigars, but Sin Compromiso. And this isn't to say that none of these companies don't put out.
There's no losers in the bracket, that's for sure.
All right, these are the number 1s and number 2s of their respective brackets.
Absolutely.
Francesco says, "What a nice T-shirt you have on today." Ron Maggio with the DTT. Francesco with the Love You Brother, Love You Man. Diana Burns says, "Stupid phones autocorrected." Jamie Vaughn with the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Jay Bates with Sin. Diana Burns with the Sin. She got it. Charles Adams says, "This is actually a hard choice. I'm going with Sin Comp because I have smoked it more." Ooh. So 32 people watching. We have 19 votes for the Sin Compromiso. So that is an automatic win for the Sin. And let's not vote yet, because I do think I've got a name or two to add into. I think Rob M. I've got to add.
What's up, Big Texas?
Yeah, I did.
A Sim's not on tonight.
Or Miss Christie.
Yeah. We tried to meet up, or Sim tried to meet up with us at PCA. We could never get hooked up. It's kind of bummer. I would have liked to hang out with him, but it just didn't happen.
Texas Taurus with the howdy. How you doing tonight, Texas Taurus? Welcome into the show. If you missed it, actually you did miss it earlier. Brian says, "Miss you guys, miss you, buddy."
Back at you, buddy.
I'm gonna pop out here. Hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. We did the runners-up special already, and the Norteño lost to the American from Jason Newman, and the Papasaka beat out the Villiger 1888 Nicaragua. Then the Papasaka handily beat out the American. I thought it was gonna be a little closer because of how many people voted for the American over the Norteño. I honestly thought that might come down to a scroll wheel or an upset.
Right.
But Papasaka took the cake.
Like walking in the park.
Not the biggest discrepancy. The Liga number 9 versus the Julius Caesar wasn't very close.
Right.
At all. Texas Taurus smoking Azil's King's Envy tonight. Ooh, and drinking some Knob Creek.
God damn it, I'm making all sorts of extra noises tonight.
A lot of them over there.
God.
So we'll go ahead and wrap up the Grand Poobah. This is exactly what I expected it to be. I've expected it to be the Liga Privada number 9 versus the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Sin Compromiso.
Well,
Bob the Cigar Guy.
Sin's going to win.
You're going Sin Compromiso. I'm going Liga number 9.
Sin's going to win.
Gary says, I mentioned DTT Sin. Was that for the last time or for this time? If it's for this time, just mention it again because I'm not going to count that one yet. Just in case you're a little bit behind. So Rick Carroll for the Sin Compromiso.
This can be back and forth.
Matt Scaife for the Sin Compromiso. Textor says Saka versus Saka. Absolutely. Charles Adamson with the number 9. D. Boyd with the Liga number 9. Dan Burns with the Liga number 9. Georgie Dermody with the Sin Compromiso. Uncle Larry with the Sin Compromiso. Stop talking. Bob Ellis with the Sin Compromiso. John Jensen with the Sin. Diana with the Sin. Ronald Smith with the 9. P. Rowland with the 9. Stogie Sister with the 9. Dan Perks with the 9. Supremo Tobacco with the 9. Ron Maggio with the 9. Photos de Puros with the Sin Compromiso. Whiskey Tube with the 9. Mac with the 9. Texas Taurus says I haven't had either. Only had a Liga H99. Jamie Vaughn with the 9. Texas Taurus, you better vote because you haven't voted yet. If you want to get entered into the win tonight, you better vote one way or the other. J Bates says this is tough. Banker John with the 9, and then J Bates coming in with the 9. Brad Haney with the 9. Texas Taurus, you better get a vote in. We have not reached. We got 32 people watching, and we do not have 32 votes. And as it stands right now, Texas Taurus voted number 9, and that takes it to 17 votes.
There it is.
For the Liga Privada number 9. Congratulations, everybody who participated this go round. We now have a definitive winner. For a while there, I thought Sin Compromiso was going to take it.
It was bouncing.
Sin Compromiso went up by 5 at one point.
It was bouncing.
Max said, boom, suck it. Ronald Smith says, Saka wins either way. Dan Perch says, 9 for the win. Called it. Let me come over here and add Texas Taurus to my list of voters. There we go.
Did you put Ronald Smith in?
I did. Let me take him out real quick. Charles Adamson says, did you know that the Beatles number 9 played backward says, turn me on, dead man? I didn't know that.
Wow.
Mac Burson says, crowd my booth, that's what you get.
So Mac's vote doesn't count. He is biased not on the cigar, but on the manufacturer.
Okay, even if you took his vote off, right? Even if you took his vote off, he was still going to make it. It wasn't that close.
Yeah, but I think if they didn't write down Liga Privada number 9, it shouldn't count. It should be the whole.
Well, if they just
vote.
put Sin, it shouldn't count
no,
either.
because Sin is well known. It's just,
Gary Zanstra voted in for the 9 as well. So let's see. I mean, like Jamie put Liga 9, like that make that even if you just because some put 9, which obviously we know what they're talking about.
Yeah, but Liga is short.
Some put Liga.
Liga is an abbreviation for Sin Compromiso.
No. Sin Compromiso is a Liga. Liga is just a blend. That's what Liga stands for.
So they shouldn't count if they put Liga. They shouldn't count.
Look, even if you go by that, because if you say Liga 9, it makes sense. It's
unless it says
9.
Liga Privada number period 9.
If you put a number
count.
9 or a Liga 9 or a Liga number 9,
no,
whatever. You're just, but you've got Compromiso. Should that not count?
Absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Because Matt Scaife put Sin for the win. Maybe he's talking about Las Vegas.
No. What you don't understand is Liga Privada was done in the postmodern era, in the modernist era, where you had to use the whole word for definitions. Now, in your millennial area, you can just use little abbreviations to mean it. So, actually, Liga Privada number 9 should have been the whole name, and you could have DTT, Sin Comp, Soccer Stick.
What he's saying is, I got my feelings hurt, and I don't want to deal with the fact that my favorite cigar lost. So I need to find any way that I can to make sure that I can. You should have. What would have been funny is when it was going on the Liga 9 thing. You should have put a big stop the count. That's what you should have said. You stop the count.
Wait, that's
there were no
that's not my side. That's not my side.
That Trump.
That's no sir. They shut everything down. All of a sudden, the magic vote showed up.
What would have been funny is if Sin would have won, then you could have made the joke that at 2:00 in the morning, tomorrow morning, there's going to be a bunch of Liga 9 votes that show up.
We're going to build a wall of cigars. It's going to be huge. It's going to be Elefante.
Mac Bergson says BTCG should hire Giuliani as a lawyer.
Giuliani needs his own lawyer anymore. I understand.
So Dan Burns says, Chief, I put the complete name for Liga.
Yeah, so that's one vote. Just one vote for Liga.
Look, I'm not counting Diana Burns because she just put son every time.
That should be counted.
We didn't have a son growing on the list.
That should be counted.
Well,
Mac voted for 9, and he put Rebecca, he put Sam, he put Paul. I mean, there's 4 votes right there.
I didn't count any underage votes. No illegals. No illegal votes.
Hanging Chads, boy. Talk about old school. You don't know about hanging Chads.
I don't. Who would that be?
Back it was Bush and Gore. When you had punch-out tickets, when you voted, you actually had to punch out. And so something wrong with the tickets. And so sometimes it would punch out 2. It punch out both of them. And so people would hold it up. And if the little Chad, the little piece of paper was still barely hanging, then they would vote for the other guy and this and that. And all of a sudden, Bush got a whole bunch of extra votes.
Oh.
It was in Florida. That's right.
All right. I do want everybody to remember this is not a political debate channel. Anything that Bob the Cigar Guy or I saying over here is tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we are not going to allow mods, please be on full alert. I do want to give a big thank you to Mac Bergson and Sammy Flo for hitting the love button on Facebook. George Pablo, Jamie Vaughn, Law Ream, Eric Orta, Allison Hunter, Jay Bates, Ron Maggio, Rick Carroll. Thank you for hitting the like button over on Facebook as well. So congratulations, League Provider number 9. Now, just for funsies, I'm going to come over here and type out the whole name. Oh, I typed out number and 9, but it gets too big just for the kicks and giggles. And then it was the Papasaka, right? Was the
Yes.
winner of the losers?
Yes.
And we'll just do a best 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5, just to have fun and see what happens with the scroll wheel of death to see what the scroll wheel of death decides to be funny. And I'm actually going to paste in so many of these that we can't even read which one it is. And we're just going to be conveniently surprised every time. Copy. So you talked about your favorite cigar tobacco part of PCA. What was your favorite or what was your favorite accessory part of PCA? Because you got to go over and talk with the people at Quality Importers.
It was interesting. I gotta mention a couple, to be honest. There's Visol. I was doing the Aganorsa thing with Fabian, and Visol was smart. They branded their lighters and they gave it to a bunch of different booths. This lighter provided by Visol, and it was amazing. It had punches, it had a guillotine, it had a cigar rest on top of the lighter, had a quad lighter. It was really full, big size tabletop, amazing piece of hardware. It was everything you needed. And it was in a matte black, almost like a bed liner finish. So it looked like it would hold up for a long time. That was an amazing piece of gear. I went and talked to him at the booth, and he gave me this, which has a cigar rest on the flat side. It's got a neat little, where is it? Where's the button? Punch. The punch is right there. Big triple jet lighter, if I'm not mistaken. Might be a quad. Nope, it's triple jet. And it also has a big fuel window, and it's got a nub tool, right? A draw tool. Amazing setup. Their stuff seems to be good. I'm going to check into them. But I went over to Quality Imports, and they have a new thing. It's called Conspiracy. And they said this is their first cigar they've ever created. But here's the deal. They say we're not cigar manufacturers. We're accessory manufacturers. So the way we're going to sell the cigar is when we sell it to the retail stores, if you buy 120 cigars at the retail store, there's going to be 120 cutters. So each cigar gets a cutter. If you buy a 5-pack, you get a 5-count humidor. If you get a 10-pack, you get a 10-pound humidor. If you get 20 cigars, you get a better lighter and you get a better cutter. Neat concept, and the cigar was pretty good. In all the designs, you could tell Michael Giannini had a hand in it because it has that whole Michael Giannini vibe.
Flair. Oh, look. There it is.
That's the American. Yeah. So those, and Calibri had some neat stuff too. They've really doubled down on that Calibri diamond pattern they have, the Quasar pattern, and they've got a circular ashtray. They've got some lighters and cutters that look like Rubik's cubes. They got a cutter kind of like your tabletop cutter, Steven. Mm-hmm. It's got the punch on one side, or it's got the V-cut on one side, a guillotine on the other side, but you push another button and 4 punches come out the sides. Oh. So what scares me is if you've been drinking a little bit too much and you push it, you're going to stab yourself with something. You know, it's really like Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Remember the little magic cube?
Yeah.
What about you? What kind of stuff did you see?
So Brian says those fancy schmancy electric humidors were beautiful. Max says he's got some amazing swag you can't announce yet. So when it came to the tobacco, I was super pumped about getting more of the bronze back. I really enjoyed that cigar. I only smoked a few cigars from like the PCA trade show floor. The two that I can remember off of the top of my head right now are, and again, remember, I don't do the interviews, and so I don't get to smoke the cigars as Bob does. So, like, if he got a cigar from some of these companies to smoke while doing the interview, like, I don't have that. Now, some of the the interviews you did, you didn't have a cigar on you.
Right. That
But
was
I
different
can
this year.
say, to my knowledge, we did not go somewhere that was a cigar company and not receive cigars this year.
Right. And usually when I'm doing the interview, they usually hand you a cigar as well, but you're not smoking because you're on the camera and you're doing Instagram on top of that. And so
But
I'm kind of jealous in one way because you get to sit at home and smoke the cigar, and I smoke it while I'm not really paying attention to it.
So I smoked the Bronzeback, and I smoked the Pausani, Connecticut, the new Pausani, Connecticut.
And as soon as they put that El Pupo in your hand, it was in your mouth.
Yeah, but it was just an El Pupo.
I don't think it touched air before it touched your mouth.
Well, that was our first interview of the day too.
Yeah.
I did not.
Excuse me.
There you go.
Sorry.
They just gave me the regular El Pulpo. It wasn't the Viva La Vida 5-year.
Rejector.
I had that. The one they released at PCA.
Rejector.
So, to my knowledge, I think the only 2 cigars that I smoked at PCA that were released this year, or I haven't smoked before, were the Bronzeback and the Pausani, Connecticut. The Pausani, Connecticut. Oh man. Great cigar.
Nice.
Really good cigar. Really enjoyed that cigar. They actually sent us a couple of them before the trade show, and I did not smoke mine. But when they handed me that one, because a lot of times, the way that I look at a lot of this stuff too, and this it's kind of selfish of me, when I get the new stuff, like I try to save it so I can take pictures of it before I do smoke it. So the Bronzeback, my favorite cigar from the show, but I only had 2 cigars from the show, and both cigars were bangers. I have one cigar I'm really excited about that I got is this La Aurora 120th. They gave it to us at the first day where we were going through all the show meetings and whatnot. Really excited about this cigar.
That was a tasting.
Yes.
Yeah, it was tasting.
That bourbon, man,
rum,
really good. I thought it was bourbon.
Rum.
That rum was really good.
It was good. Nice and amber.
Another cigar that I'm excited about, and I think it's in this, yes, is this Tatawahe Veracruz. Also got it that same time slot. It was just the meeting before. But I think the overall most exciting cigars I'm looking forward to are the both new Wise Man from Foundation. Sad story. We did not get to sit down with Nick Melillo and do an interview this year. As you know, we only went we left on Monday at 6 a.m. Our flight took off at 6 a.m. So we were there. We landed on Thursday, but there's nothing on Thursday. But showing up on trade show day, murder ball.
Sucks.
Don't ever do it if you have the chance to go.
It was so nice getting there a day early.
Oh, it was.
Oh my god!
But we smoked. We brought cigars with us. We got to smoke a lot of cigars. I smoked a couple H99s. One of them was the Super Ancho. Got to smoke some cigars from buddies who handed me some cigars. And then we got stuff from Drew Estate, and everything that was launched by Drew Estate this year is not something that I haven't smoked. Now we did get the Bakwa from Drew Estate International.
I haven't smoked that.
I'm excited to smoke the Bakwa. But like we've had the S81 now, or the S84 from the Freestyle Live pack. Yeah. We've had the Black, and we've had all the Drew Estate cigars.
And it tastes like the Freestyle Live cigar. It does.
But yeah, I'm really excited about those. I'm excited about some of them. My father I got a couple of the Dom Pepin Garcias. I'm excited to try. I am excited to try the new Viva La Vida. I've never had any of the original Viva La Vidas. I have some, but I've never smoked them. So those are from Artisanal Del Tobacco, the guys who do El Pulpo. So I'm excited to do that. Accessories, I didn't really get a chance to go around and do a lot of accessories, but I actually got to go over to the SE DuPont booth. Actually, I take that back. Accessories I'm excited about, the new Le Fou from Leffen Lums, the new lighter that they're going to come out with. It's just a beta right now. The lighters they had on display are not going to be the finalized thing. When I do the Chevette Report article, on Left and Loms, our interview with them. There will be pictures of everything they had at their booth. So make sure when the articles will be posted in the description. Maybe not exactly when the video goes live, but if you're not subscribed to the Chevette Report emails, go do that. It's the only link in the description. Go down there, take the Chevette Report, go down to the bottom. You can hit the little email icon. You can sign up for the notifications. Like I said, next Monday, this coming Monday, should be the very first interview from PCA. I'm thinking of doing an interview every single day during the weekdays. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think I have 17 or 18 interviews. So that's going to give us 3 weeks plus of PCA content every single day. And I think every single one of these is, last year we had some brands, we had some companies that weren't as big. And those videos didn't perform as well. We only have one company that's not a super well-known company this year.
Founders.
No. Well, I guess it's two. So Founders, which we did Founders last year, but the BAMF cigars.
All right.
So we've never done anything with them before.
So I've already posted up this Tuesday's Drew's Day, the M81 Blackened, or the Shade of Black, the SP4, whatever it is. So I won't do Drew's Day for the next 2 weeks after that.
Either that, or I can just not post on Tuesday, post Monday, Wednesday.
I'd like to get all. I think everybody wants the PCA content as soon as they can get it. And your editing is so much better than mine, and I don't want to give you a break. I want to make you work.
So yeah, I did get to go over and see the ST DuPont booth. And I got to take some really cool pictures of a lot of their stuff, and I wish I had the money. I wish the channel had the money, honestly. Yeah. But just some really gorgeous stuff they had over there, but we don't have an interview with them. I'm probably not going to do any kind of article. I might do an overall PCA recap. I think I will do that. I think I might do a Chiefs top 3 things from different categories that I did. Now, I did not walk around any humidification companies, so I won't have like a top 3 humidors. I might just have top 3 cigars, top 3 cigar accessories, and maybe top 3 booths that I experienced while at PCA.
Now, I went and saw Boveda because I wanted to ask him about, we got the Winador. And I said, this is what I'm thinking of talking about. I had to explain to him 3 times. I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm doing a review. And he actually handed me another product, which takes up the place of 12 of the big 60-gram Boveda packs.
Oh, nice.
And so I'm going to kind of throw that in there as well. And Max said, I can't wait to see some BTCG swag from quality importers. We've already got the stuff we've already got, and that's going to be coming out soon. But I sat down and talked with the president. I talked with Giannini. I talked with a couple other people. And so they really are interested in coming up with some even greater ideas. We felt kind of rushed last time, and they said that's not going to happen this time. So Chief's going to get to really stretch the creative arm of the way it's going to look on the swag. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the second generation. The first generation is going to be good, but it'll never be like the first generation is again. So it's going to be different. That's for sure.
Yeah. So that stuff, I'm going to try to continue to work on the whole getting the swag up while doing all the Chevette Report stuff as well. But that will not have as much of a priority as getting the videos out and stuff like that, because I gotta make sure I take full advantage of the PCA hype while it's going on. If you're not following Bob the Cigar Guy or myself on Instagram, each video probably, I'll say 85% of the videos from PCA will have some sort of Instagram reel that's going to be attached to it. It'll go on Instagram first, and then it'll get put onto YouTube Shorts as well to help, get that traffic as well. But without further ado, let's have a little fun here before the show ends. Come over here and grab this. So as you can see, you can't tell which is League Provider number 9 of the Pop Sock unless you look really close. I'm gonna refresh and let it go ahead and start its own little spin. So this is just for fun. Best 3 out of 5. Papasaka versus League Provider number 9. to battle out who theoretically could have won the head-to-head. So here's bin number 1. Pop Saka. So that's 1. Go number 2. And Papa Saka 2. Will Drew Estate go on a 3 run with the league provider number 9? Oh! Back to back, Papa Saka.
There it is.
Dang. And to show you that there were both, I'm going to remove all instances of Papa Saka, and you'll see that league provider number 9 is going to win automatically. Now, I would have chosen Papa Saka over the league number 9 myself, head-to-head. So that shows you it's not rigged. Remove all instances, and there's nothing left.
Anything left.
There was no tomfoolery or shenanigans going on. Now, as we are ending out the show, Bob, will you go ahead and tell the winners of the first 4 weeks what they're going to receive?
First 4 weeks or all 5 weeks?
First 4 weeks.
First 4 weeks are going to be getting 1 cigar of each of our 4 sponsors: J.C. Newman, Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, Villiger, and Drew Estate, plus some value added. We are going to add that Villiger 3-pack from the PCA floor, and we are going to be throwing in that Drew Estate 5-pack, also 6-pack, also from the PCA floor. Amazing and phenomenal. And what is the grand winner going to get?
So the grand winner is going to get one of those packs apiece. And so anybody who won before, Jay Bates, Stogie's sister, Stephen Essie, and D. Boyd, they all have their names. Well, Steve Anesi does not, because he did not participate tonight, so he does not have a chance to win a second time. But those other winners
have a chance to win the big deal.
Are not penalized by tonight's show, and we have mentioned that from the beginning. They're not penalized from winning tonight. So tonight, you're going to get a guaranteed. I've got stuff on top of those boxes again already. You're going to get one of the Villiger 3-packs of the 1888 Nicaragua. You're going to get the Drew Estate PCA exclusive 6-pack of cigars. And then we are going to add in, I don't know if it'll be cigars. I don't know if it'll be swag. I think because we now have 9 cigars, we'll probably just add swag in. Because I don't know what I know we have enough cigars I don't know what our Villiger cigar supply looks like. So I'm not sure how depleted it's going to get when we jump into the one of each, those 4 cigars we're going to do for Villiger. But I know that we have DTT coffee mugs. I know that we have DTT hats. We have some Drew Estate. We've got Drew Estate stickers. We've got Drew Estate swag. I don't think we have any J.C. Newman swag.
I don't
either. We don't have any Villiger swag. We have some Bob the Cigar Guy swag. We have some Chief Talk swag. So it'll be added in.
You're going to get a kitchen sink.
But you guys didn't have to pay anything for this, so please don't complain if you didn't get as much as you thought you were going to get. I don't think anybody will. But Mac Berkson wins, but oh man. All right, so let's come over here to the picker of wheels, and we have these names available. Ronald Smith right there at number 1, Charles Adamson, John Jensen, Matt Berkson, Jamie Vaughn, Stogie's sister, Uncle Larry, Diana Burns, Dan Burns, Bob Ellis, Banker John, Jay Bates, Gary Zantr, Matt Scaife, Dan Perks, George Dermody, Whiskey 2, Brad Haney, Ron Maggio, Photostip Heroes, Will Den, Connoisseur. I do not have on Brian Castro.
Ooh.
Because he is Supremo Tobacco. Look at there. I caught it. Right. So let me hit enter just so his name is definitely on there. Texas Taurus, Rob M, D Boyd, P Roland, Jason Pfeffer. So all of you guys' names are on there. Let me just make sure that nobody says you missed my name. And if you voted, I will probably remember if you voted or not. I'll give it another 10 or so seconds. Rick Carroll, did I miss your name? Did I miss your name, Rick Carroll? Brad Haney was reading the ad, says shop at Kohl's. Mac Bergson, I read his name first. Douchebag.
Shop at Kohl's.
That was the ad that was on the screen that I clicked off of. So I think we're good. I think we're good to go. We're already spinning. Where's my tab for this? There it is. I'll come over here. Shuffle up the names.
I hope the wheel is kinder to you than it was to me and Steven playing roulette in Vegas.
I was not. I should have. It was kind to me for a long time. And I should have walked away.
Nah.
All right. I've shuffled it 5 times. Is that enough?
I think so.
All right. Good luck.
And here we go.
Here it is. Here it is. Oh,
Rick
look at there.
Carroll.
Rick Carroll. Got his name in at the last second that I had forgotten off. Congratulations, Rick Carroll. Now, while everybody is still here and watching and listening, all of these packages are going to go out next week. So
End of next week.
you're not going to see these packages until a week and a half from now, at earliest. So by next Thursday, please don't come on Chief Talk and say, I didn't get my package, because you ain't going to have it by next Thursday. The following Chief Talk, 2 Chief Talks from tonight, hopefully you have your package. Hopefully you can say, I got my package. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I loved this. This was great.
This is fun.
I really enjoyed the let me screenshot this just so I don't forget. I won't forget. Just in case. Close that down where I've only got my StreamYard up. This was a lot of fun. This was, and we've talked about this already, this was a fly by the seat of our pants idea. I came up with it like 3 days before the first week we did it, which was, I think, the last week of February. I thought that was a whole lot of fun. We had a lot of participation. I mean, we're sitting at 30 people right now.
Crazy.
We are 12 weeks into 20 plus, and I think we're like 4 or 5 weeks in with 30 plus. So that's huge. Chief Talk is growing. I will say we probably are going to see a lot of new faces soon. Cigar's Daily Tim Swanson, if you guys are following him and saw his first PCA video, he stopped and saw us and shouted us out, and we've had 300 subscribers.
We actually have crossed the 8,000 subscriber mark today. Yes, sir. 8,000 subscribers.
Hoping to, we seem to be getting a little bit more momentum back. Maybe the algorithm's being a little nicer to us, and we're starting to have some growth. Even before the Tim Swanson thing, we were starting to, especially with Chief Talk. Like I said, Chief Talk is now, 12 weeks in a row, over 20 people watching. And that's huge. Technically we we're finishing the 5th year of Chief Talk right now. And we're going to start the 6th year in May, at the very end of May. And this has been the healthiest growth of Chief Talk in that whole entire period, aside from the original onset where it was like, zero people to 10 people.
Yeah.
And so I'm super thankful. Don't want to get too much on you guys and ladies.
Michael Trendle just popped on, and he said he's new. Welcome to the family.
Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hopefully this has been something worth your while. We do this every Thursday, Chief Talk, every single Thursday, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're on the East Coast, so that's when we do it over here. But this is what we do. Now, not every week we don't do spinner wheels and giveaways and all that kind of stuff, but usually it's us talking about what's going on in the cigar world, whatnot. We're gonna have because we have so much PCA content that's going to be coming out in the next 3 weeks. I feel like all of our shows are going to be kind of somewhat centered around what is gone, what is trespassed in the last few videos. Like next Thursday, you'll have had 4 PCA videos, right? Monday, Tuesday. Well, we might not, I don't know. We're going to do Tuesday next week. We'll skip Tuesday next week. We'll let you do Tuesday. So we'll do Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. You'll have 3 PCA videos, which is JC Newman. No, it's JC Newman. I think we put in the BAMF cigars in there. Leffen Loms and somebody else is in there. Kind of hard to remember where I was going because my brain's just focused on trying to get there to go do things.
Charles, you said After Dark was a big draw. It actually was. Mac Berkson was a superstar, showman extraordinaire. Our last PC After Dark had over almost 300 live viewers, and it's up to over 500 views now. The night before had we're almost up to 500 views. So it was really, really good, which is really, really good because Villiger sponsored us. And, when we can go with them with numbers like that, hopefully if we get invited back to PCA again next year, if we get sponsored by Duro State, then maybe we can continue with that After Dark. It was a hoot and a half. It was really fun to do. And so I'd like to continue doing that. Mac Berkson, it's true where you said your favorite shows are the ones that barely talk about cigars. We just have a good time. I mean, the thing about Chief Talk, and you've talked about this from the beginning, is you don't want this to be a interview heavy show. I mean, we do interviews. We have people on.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is just for a place to come and people hang out and smoke cigars.
This is just kind of getting a small finger on the heartbeat of the cigar culture. And that's kind of how I've always wanted Chief Talk to go since you suggested doing Chief Talk. Because Chief Talk wasn't even my idea. Chief Talk was Bob the Cigar Guy's idea, which just trying to find a way to get me in front of the camera instead of being behind the camera or editing or stuff like that. And this was an attempt to get me in front of the camera. And obviously, you guys abuse me enough to where I keep coming back for more. I love it. I enjoy it. It's given me an ability to smoke a lot of cigars that I probably wouldn't have smoked.
And I get to see my son once a week. So joyful.
So I've really enjoyed it. Now, I did talk to the ladies at the Dunbarton booth, and they are jumping at the bit to do another Ladies of Dunbarton show.
And I talked to Steve Saka about the show, and I told him, I knew he was out of country, but I was gonna message him and see if he wanted to come on and do a rebuttal. And he goes, I'm down. I said, I didn't want you to cause trouble at home. He goes, don't worry about that. I think we ought to do it. So I think the next time we have the ladies on, we need to have Steve Saka on the week after. We'll do point counterpoint.
I'll have to see if I can work that in. Give him a little break after PCA.
Right.
I do want to try to reach out to some of the manufacturers who really support us,
show us love. Yeah.
So I'd love to. We've had Willie Herrera on. We had Willie Herrera on last year. We had Pedro on last year. So I'd like to see if I can get some of the Drew boys back on this year. I'd like to do a DLBC show.
That'd be fun.
I think it's going to be a little more niche. Respect. The guy we've got. Tonight we had four DLBC guys come on. We had Supremo Tobacco, we had Republic of Debauchery, we had Photos de Puros, and we had Cigar Crumbs Francesco.
It would be interesting for people to understand what it takes to shoot video and take pictures at things like this. And it is amazing because when the show is over, everybody wants to go out and hang out and party and get together. And they're all sitting around their table with computers. They're trying to edit photos and videos and trying to get stuff moving just because they can get this content out to their companies. And it's pretty intense, to be honest. Charles Adamson asked, and I think Chief, you'll know the answer to this: is DE going to post the interview of BTCG?
So to my knowledge, they only did select interviews. Like they chose people to interview when they had people sign up to come and see their booth. So I think the idea behind that was to try to get as many of those out. I don't know how long they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna release once a week, 5 a week. I don't know. I know they're on vacation right now. They're celebrating. They won best large booth.
Right.
Deadly Breakfast Clubs. I think we can make that happen. Stephen Essie says, "Hey, family boy."
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve. They won best large booth in show. Their booth was by far easily the most packed booth.
It was the most vibrant because it was just white and black was their main structure. No other booth was white and black like that. It really stood out in the whole way they laid everything out. You had the tours and everything.
Yeah. I was talking with some of the Deadly Breakfast Club guys about how I think Drew Estate's booth really kind of separated their booth from everybody else's. Is the way they built their booth was the only way you could see in was in the portalways that you could walk in.
Right.
Everything else was walled off.
Right.
So when you were in there, it was like you weren't at the trade show anymore. Right. You were at Drew Estate.
On the streets of Drew Estate.
You were in Dumbo, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
With the water tower, with all of the stuff all around. And of course you could see all the Drew Estate stuff around from the outside.
Right.
But when you were in there, like, Eli had the tunes going the whole time, but it was like the tunes were just stuck right there in the Drew booth.
It's very immersive.
You could hear them as you were walking up, but it wasn't like you could hear the Drew booth from all the way over. It was like they located that so that you had that experience only there.
Agreed.
Now, some booths were really cool. Placencia had a live band like the whole time, which was cool. Rocky Patel had some live. They had an Elvis impersonator over there that came over. Gurkha had Mike Tyson come by.
Castle 1910 had the
mariachi. Espinoza had Guy Fieri there for a little while.
You didn't get this, but at the general booth they had Iberico ham cutting.
Was that general or was that at?
No, it was a general because that's where I got a piece of it.
Okay. I saw Matty Rock post a picture of it, so I didn't know it. I've always wanted to try that.
It was good. You were busy. I was going to grab you a piece, but you were busy on the other end. So,
but no, the trade show was great. I was telling Dad this the last night of the show. I would love to be able to get enough budget to be able to bring another guy from the Deadly Breakfast Club to work with us to capture content, photos, and all that stuff, so that we can just have more. I don't know if it'll happen, but it's a wish.
It's a goal. It's a goal to strive for. I don't see why not, because Stephen is
Max
overwhelmed
and
busy.
Was everywhere.
Stephen is overwhelmed and busy and doing everything he's doing, and it would be nice to have a second person, but I don't think we have a budget right, because that's
why I said if we could work it in the budget. So we'll see. We have multiple companies who want to sponsor PCA stuff, and obviously Drew Estate is our family. Drew Estate is taking care of us. Not that other companies haven't taken care of us, but Drew Estate has really gone above and beyond taking care of us throughout the year, every year for the past 5 years. And so we never want to do anything where they feel like we're trying to take advantage of them. So
absolutely,
we always go with them first and consult with them first and see what they think. I know some people would say that that's not a great business plan, but sometimes, in my opinion, you've got to throw that business mind plan out of the window and respect the family plan first.
You dance with who brought you.
Now Mac said we got a little bit of time. Mac had said, what was your favorite meal out of PCA?
I enjoyed we went to the Mexican restaurant with Mac.
Tacos and beer.
That was great. I don't think I would ever order those freaking hot, huge jalapenos. They were so hot and they were so big. But now Bagel Mania, that was all right. Yeah. Bagel Mania was good. Mac loves egg bagels, I found out. He's an egg bagel fan. He doesn't toast his everything bagel because it tastes too burnt to his very sensitive palate. So the second day he didn't toast his everything bagel, but he had it because he has to enjoy as many of those little seeds as possible in his life, I guess. In and out wasn't bad, heart attack in a sack. But you went different places. You went to barbecue and all sorts of places.
Yeah, it's hard for me to pick a favorite. You know what is, and I think I've said this before, but in case I haven't, mine and Mac's relationship is a great relationship. I love Mac to death. As much as Mac loves to pick here on Chief Talk, Mac is completely different in real life. Now, Mac will pick on me in real life, especially at the Florida Barnsmoker last year. Him, Sammy Flo, and Jay Bates would not let me live. But love Mac. And so getting to eat and hang out with Mac the first day we were there, that Thursday, getting to go and eat at the taco spot was neat. It's kind of cool. I got to watch a little bit of soccer with Mac, the Americans playing Jamaica that night. And then later on that night at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, myself and a handful of the Dead Leaf Breakfast Club guys, Justin, Jawal, Brian, and Mike, we went to Fremont and ate In-N-Out on the Fremont Strip. That was fun watching people drunk, falling over, and people almost not making the bathroom. That was a lot of fun. And then, Bagel Mania, the first time we went was just us and Mac for breakfast. That was great because we didn't feel like we were overcrowded. The restaurant wasn't super packed.
Right.
Sunday, when it was the Dead Leaf Breakfast Club breakfast, unfortunately, we didn't have Photos de Puros or Jawal with us, but the rest of the crew was there. We also had Albert and Caleb with us,
right,
as well as Mac. That was a lot of fun, being able to sit down with all those guys and eat. I got chicken and waffles 2 days in a row, so I was happy.
Speaking of that,
but
there's a picture.
My favorite dinner, for sure, was myself, Photos de Puros, and Supremo Tobacco. We just went and found this little hole-in-the-wall barbecue joint in the middle of nowhere, Vegas, and just sat down and had a fun time just sitting, eating, and talking. It's just great.
When we were at the last Bagel Mania,
Sunday morning,
posted a picture.
Yeah.
And 3 or 4 times somebody has posted the words #WANFE. What the heck is that?
We are not for everyone.
Oh, I didn't know because I tried to Google it because I was like, is that weird? Is that
so?
Because their humor is sometimes colorful at best.
I believe Wanfi was created by Cigar Crumbs. And it was maybe, I don't know who created it, but it's been kind of sort of a thing, but we started really pushing the We Are Not For Everyone when Privada Cigar Club kind of got on their feelings with us, because nobody in the Dead Leaf Breakfast Club shoots anything Privada Cigar Club, because Privada Cigar Club are a bunch of buttheads. And we don't really like the model that they go with. And it's actually funny. Justin posted that photo to his Instagram, and Privada Cigar Club commented under it and was talking a little bit of trash. And Chief had a little bit of time.
Really?
So I let Privada Cigar Club have it.
I got one of the Dead Leaf. I got one of the small Dead Leaf Breakfast Club stickers. I didn't get the big Dead Leaf Breakfast Club sticker, but I got a small one. And that's going to go up on my Travador. Even though
from Francesco,
even though I am not a member of the Dead Leaf Breakfast Club, I don't have the clout or the ability or the talent or the skills. They have adopted me as their mascot. No, I got the smaller one. Awesome. So that's going to go.
A Supremo Tobacco sticker?
No. So those are going to go right up next to my desk on my little humidor. I got all those right there. And then I got the itty bitty one, which is still in my wallet, I believe.
Yeah. But no, yeah, my favorite.
That one.
Yeah, that was from Francesco.
I got that little one.
Yeah, that one's from Francesco. The bigger one is from Brian, and also the Supremo Tobacco is from Brian. So yeah, it was a great time. Vegas was great. I had a lot of fun. It was a great time. 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 Really enjoyed our hotel. Was the best possible hotel.
By the way, Zachariah, welcome into the channel, buddy.
Oh yeah, welcome. Sorry, I didn't even see you come in. Smoking a Silent Cold Brew. Great
Now that
coffee
hotel was
cigar.
amazing. It was
Yeah.
the best lounge area we have ever been at.
In Vegas.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Ever.
Well, I don't know. Savage Feast. That was nice.
Florida was decent, but it was really fractured.
Florida, I wouldn't
we burned all the couches.
I wouldn't even. I was going to say the last year Florida was better than the previous year Florida. But no. Yeah, we had a hotel that was a normal hotel. It was a Courtyard Marriott 3-story hotel. We didn't stay in a resort hotel with a casino in it.
It was right across
across the street from the convention center.
Yeah.
We had a courtyard where we could smoke. We had a fire pit. We had covered areas. We had ample seating. And it's funny, more smoking was done at our hotel than anywhere else beside the trade show.
I quit counting at like 46.
Oh, I didn't get.
And I was. I know I was over 50.
I got into double digits.
I know I was over 50. But you got to remember, we did all those reviews. I had smoked those cigars during the reviews as well. So that.
Yeah, but so you lit up those. You didn't smoke all those.
No, cigars. I smoked them down to. I at least had to pull the band. I even smoked one real fast just so that I could get through it to the next review.
Max says the hotel was a little dumpy. His standard of hotels is higher than mine because I thought the hotel was great.
No, it was good.
Steve says you guys need to come to Fort Lauderdale to visit me at a new gig as humidor manager at Empire Social.
Boom!
Lounge.
Congratulations.
Nice, awesome.
The only thing about the hotel that was really weird to me is that the toilet was like 2 feet to the water.
Yeah, it was
and
weird.
So if you, not that I would, but if you pass gas on the toilet, it sounded like an echo. Like you were in the Grand Canyon or something.
Max says the room was a little musty. Our AC wasn't great.
No, our AC was not good.
But it wasn't bad enough to not enjoy. But we were only in the hotel room for
hardly at all
6 hours a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that's going to be it for the show tonight. Congratulations, Rick Carroll, on winning the Grand Poobah. Big deal. Congratulations to all of the winners who won the previous 4 weeks. D. Boyd, Stephen S.C., Jay Bates, and Stogie's sister. Again, those packages are going to be sent out next week at the end of the week.
Late next week.
In 2 Chief Talks time, hopefully you'll have your stuff, but you will not have it by next week, guaranteed. Unless by some weird.
Actually, might go out the following Monday because I have a funeral I have to go to down in Florida. That Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I don't know if I'll be able to get it out in time, to be honest.
So all of you guys have a great week. We'll see you next week. Monday should start the PCA content. We'll do Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday before Chief Talk, and then it'll be every single weekday. It'll be Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, and then the following week it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then it'll be another Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I think it'll be either a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
And I don't ask this much, but please, 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 if you would, watch the videos, even if you just click on and click off. I mean, this is advertising for Drew Estate, and it would be good if we had good numbers so that we could come back again next year. And it's going to be good stuff. Steven's going to edit some great stuff.
I hope so. That's the plan, at least. Tomorrow's Good Friday. Happy Good Friday and Easter for all who celebrate. Enjoy your time with your family. Enjoy your time celebrating the holiday. And for those of you who don't, have a great weekend. We'll see you next Thursday. And maybe, just maybe, all of the PCA videos I'll probably premiere them, and I might try to watch them as they premiere.
That's fun.
So if you can watch at the premiere time, I'll probably in the comments with the premiere.
That's fun.
So love you guys. We'll hang out with you again next week. Also, because I didn't mention it earlier, if you're in the market for cigar accessories and you want to go check out Cigar.com for cutters, lighters, travel humidors, or bleeder tools, go into find whatever you need, put it in your checkout. When you check out, use the code Chief Talk. It's all one word. I don't know if it has to be capitalized or not, but I think it's supposed to be. If it's not, I don't know. Try it. You'll find out. But capitalized, all one word, Chief Talk, get you 15% off your final order
15%.
at Cigar.com. We love you guys. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We'll catch you next week. Maybe.
Time to relax. Whew. Man, I'm beat. Whew. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Show's over. Go home. Go home. Show's over. What are you waiting for? You waiting for another show? This is a one-ticket entry. Go. Bye. Go. Go. Go.